Hey everyone, it's what you wait for. It is the group text behind the velvet rope combo episode. Good morning, David.
Look at you. You're looking so pretty and pink today. You have your
Yeah,
barrettes on. I love it.
yeah, it's all good. We have a lot to discuss.
Enough about us, right?
Enough about us, that's for sure. So let's rewind for a second. I was at that Bethenny Frankel dinner that got all those pictures everywhere. Apparently, there was all sorts of stuff going on that I did not know about. So Bethenny had invited Nene, who I have not seen. I've seen once since Fashion Police, like socially. You're telling me now Bethenny and Nene have already broken up again? Like, I haven't finished digesting the dinner.
I mean, you haven't finished digesting the dinner. I mean, did you see any signs there, Melissa?
No, Nene was there. They were chatting across the table. Like, it was like Bethenny, me, Cheryl Burke, and then kind of diagonally was Nene. And they were talking across the table. Like, I didn't know.
I mean,
I was
listen,
I was saying to Nene, come on my podcast. Come on. I was like pitching.
you're like, forget Bethany's podcast. Come on, group text with Melissa Rivers podcast.
Exactly.
Listen, just because you and I have such a beautiful thing going here and we are together once a month, this doesn't shock me. I mean, we have two very strong A-type personalities. Listen, not everyone could have what we have, Melissa.
Not everyone can have the deep love.
Right? I mean, this doesn't shock me at all. Like, who knows if they had a falling out over, but, like they say, like when, you shouldn't work with people just because, it's like, you got to know yourself, right? So I believe it's probably just a falling out over. Look, it was all on Bethenny's podcast. I don't know what the financial situation and arrangement was, but I mean, I don't see Nene.
Wait, what was on the podcast? That she and Nene had the falling out?
No, but they had like these little mini podcasts after that dinner. They were doing like this series. And so to me, it's like, you start working with someone and you do like by episode 3, if you're in bed together, I mean, it's like, is this really ironed out? Who's making what? And I imagine that this was on Nene's podcast on Bethenny's podcast, that Bethenny was probably making money off it. And I don't know what she was paying Nene. But I imagine it probably wasn't like, let's go into business together 50-50. That's just my opinion. And I think that's where a lot of things start, right?
Yeah, but you told me that there's Instagram rumors about Nene wanting to go back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she was the big star that like popped out of that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Nene also erased all traces of Bethenny on her Instagram. And she says, well, why would I keep promoting a podcast that was already up? It's old news. Now, of course, when she said that, I said, well, okay, fair enough. Let me do a deep dive. I then went to Nene's Instagram and started scrolling all the way back and saw all these other podcasts that she's been on over the years. Those are still up. So she has removed all traces of Bethenny on her podcast. Right. There is this rumor that Nene wants to go back to Atlanta and she's in Dubai now. She's there with Cynthia Bailey and she's there with Jenna Lyons, who's a Dubai housewife. Now I think she's just there on vacation, but there's all these rumors now that she's filming and that Bravo kind of told her, distance yourself from Bethenny. Like, let's dangle a little peach over here. What do you think about these rumors, Melissa?
I think they're very interesting and probably 75% accurate. I think, and Caroline Stansberry is in Dubai, who I love and adore. We went shopping once together. That was intense. And I love her. She is just so fun. But I think that those ladies being in Dubai and filming or in Dubai on vacation and being filmed, I think that is completely true. Bravo loves crossovers. And I think that I would not be shocked if Nene returned to Housewives or they do a spinoff just with Nene's World.
Even though she's, she has sued the network. That's a known fact. It's not, it happened.
Well, clearly she's still there. They've kissed and made up because she's filming in Dubai. I mean, come on, how many different situations have we all been in and everyone screams and yells and the network denies? And that, I mean, I've been in that myself where there was a situation at E at one point that I had to quit. Like, I'm like, I can't take this. I cannot take this anymore. And of course, 48 hours later, everyone kissed and made up. So that does happen. And I think, do you think Atlanta needs a little certain je ne sais quoi right now?
Yes, I think Atlanta was the worst franchise of 2023. I've said that on my own show a lot. I mean, it just, something didn't work for me this year or the year before. And like the OC is not great, but I think Atlanta is the worst franchise of the year.
Well, I
And it
think
needs something.
it needs Nene.
It needs Nene. Look, Nene would be a step in the right direction, right? She could turn that whole thing around. So,
Yeah.
and yes, nothing shocks me in Hollywood that, you know, people kiss and make up. Listen, if there's money to be made in this town, right?
Oh, 100%. So staying on the Housewives, Jenna Lyons, who I think I'm actually becoming completely obsessed with. So there was drama surrounding her, and there's a lot of questions if she's going to come back. There's questions about how she really felt about filming. And okay, so not to like belabor a point because it's been everywhere. So they're filming the reunion. All the women wear long gowns or, you know, designer, and it's very much sort of part of the reunion vibe. And Jenna wore jeans. Now, by the way, incredible outfit. The top was amazing. Like everything was showing and sparkles. And people went bananas that she wore jeans. What did you think about that? I kind of loved it.
You did?
But you and I were chatting. You think it was incredibly intentional and are kind of calling bullshit on what she said.
That's my opinion. Now, I know people that know Jenna. So I have heard of Jenna for years over here in New York City. Like, so I try to take what my own predilections out of this. I mean, I've heard things over the years. I think Jenna is very, Uba said it on the reunion. She said, you know, woe is me, Jenna, when the cameras are rolling, and when the cameras are not rolling, it's all business, Jenna. I was like, Uba, girl, call me because I got it. So I do personally think Jenna is calculated and knows just what she's doing. Right. She says she looked around and she had so many outfits and everyone was so glam. She could never compete with that. So she just kept jeans on. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. I think, listen, you were the president of J. Crew. You know what wearing jeans to this reunion is going to do. You know we're all going to be talking about you. You know it's a move. Yeah, you look great. Listen, if this were fashion